So what are your thoughts on the game overall?
I think it's painful to lose to Seattle. I'm not going to hide that. Like, that's been with me for 3 years, and it's been with this club for 3 years. So remove the result out of the way. Really pleasing at this stage. I was not, while my expectation and standards are very high, I don't think I could have pictured it looking as good and clean as it did in the first 20-25 minutes. I think defensively and offensively, we had a bit more control in the early stages. I think they took control of it after then, and it evened up before half time. And in the second half, I think we were chasing the game quite a bit, and a lot of gaps and distances, especially defensively, started to open up. I mean, the second half, we'd love to have been a bit tighter when we were pressing or when we were sitting in our block. So yeah, I think first 15-25 minutes it looked good and a lot better than if I pictured last night as I pictured it. Hey, if this went very, very well, how would it look? And it looked better than how I pictured it. And then I think by the time we got to the second half and the minutes kept going on, we were definitely chasing it. And to have a team that will punish you if you let them at this stage in pre-season, our first pre-season game, the lessons we can now grab from this early is a huge benefit, because my last 2 years in preparing for the season, this normally happens game 1 or game 2 in the league. So it's very cool and refreshing that it's happened now. Gives us opportunity to tidy those things up, especially with those 2 games coming up.
They outshot you in both halves. What do you kind of attribute that to, not creating those chances? Is it just teams spend more time together, or what did you see?
Oh yeah, they've been together 3 years. We've been together for 3 minutes, but I wouldn't, that's there. I don't think the game looked like that today. I don't think you would guess that, I had 11 brand new individuals that haven't played together in our system. They had 1 brand new player in their system, Manon Mellis. Everyone else has been a core part of that club for many years. The game didn't reflect that. Push that aside. I think that what we didn't get our crosses, our final pass, and our shot off in our final third as cleanly as we would. But then I don't think I'd expect that to happen. I thought we created more today against a good defensive team than I could have imagined. So yeah, I'd like to be a bit cleaner. We're weeks away from that though. And then defensively, especially you saw as the first goal went in, the gaps just started getting very big. But it started from the front. Our gaps between our lines, horizontally and vertically, started to get bigger. That means we started to do more running. That's the last thing we want to do at this stage. As the game goes on, you don't want to be doing more running, as obviously we look tired. Once those gaps started opening up, you just hope that you individually minimise their shots. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. So I think we got shots off for this stage, a good number of shots off. Now let's improve, especially going from our building phase into the next phase in the central part of the pitch. We've got to improve that with sharpness and be cleaner. Then our final opportunities grow, the number of them grow. So it's promising.
You mentioned a lot of new players, but Dagny seemed to integrate really well into that attacking third, especially with Sinclair. How did that feel for you tonight, and how does that kind of promote the team moving forward?
Yeah, I think during the second half it became a lot more disorganised. Before that, huge credit to the players. We talked about before they come in, people coming in and out throughout the year, people coming in at the pre-season at different times. So their focus when they're not here in what we're doing, their focus in that transition when they first get in. The fact that we did look organised for periods of the game, which I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't look organised. We did, and Dagny and the relationship up there, especially defending and offensively, it shows the players' focus and their attention to detail. We've kept a small group, so our information goes further and they retain it more instead of filtering it down. I think we saw some results of that. Previous years to see that first pre-season game, it's normally a big mess for large periods. I don't think it looked messy today until late in the second half. That's credit to the players. Me and the staff, what we've been doing, I feel like it's been good work, but it's only effective if the players grab that responsibility. There were some really good relationships. I thought Lindsay and Ali had fantastic relationship under Dagny in midfield. Kling and Tobu, I don't think that's a surprise there with how much they played together. And then we're moving the ball out the back four. Menges and Sonic looked good as well. I think there's some great stuff going on, and I think we can continue to build our physical level, our fitness level, and make our game. Our game is very simple at the moment. Our understanding on our offensive stuff it's very simple. We've kept it simple. More time we're together, it can become more complex. You saw that from Seattle. You saw their rotations and their movements harder, more complex to deal with. Ours were very simple, and if it worked, we broke and we got opportunities. If it didn't, we're not in a place where we have other solutions yet, and that will come. And we talked about that at start before this game. We focus on the 2 or 3 things we want to, and that's it. So yeah, feel good about the relationships.
What were those 2 or 3 things that you were focusing on?
We wanted to make sure we physically competed, because whether you've been together for a few minutes or a few years, that's something we wake up and we decide: am I going to physically work hard? Am I going to put the effort in? And am I going to be focused on the tactical stuff? I thought we physically competed superbly. I think that we were aggressive in a good way. That a few 50-50s kept going to them when maybe they weren't, but it showed our mentality and our attitude to compete. We wanted to improve our defending from the front, and when their goalkeeper has it, how we look in that stage. And when we start from our goalkeeper, what's our solutions to their pressure? And that was a great thing about playing this team, is they press, which means if you're not good on the ball, you get punished, and to have that this early, you can't create that normally in pre-season. It was a great opportunity today to play a good team. So can we compete? How do we defend from the front, and how do we build out from the back?